This is the Vauxhall Vivaro GS. Now this particular version is the all-electric version, but you can get it in diesel as well. Now normally I would not give a single trim level in a van's range its own review video, but I happen to think that the Vauxhall Vivaro GS is pretty special. And here's why. Special versions of commercial vehicles have existed for a while. You can safely place the Vivaro GS alongside vans like the Ford Transit Custom MSRT. They're generally sportier, blinged up versions of the standard vehicle. Vivaro GS is arguably one of the best mega-spec commercial vehicles I've seen because it leaves all the practicality of the vehicle intact, enhancing where it can be enhanced without you having to pay through the nose for the privilege of driving one. So, let's start where the changes are obvious, on the outside. So the major aesthetic changes run like this, and we are going to be like the air being aerodynamically split and rolling over the vehicle. Okay, so first bit, right here, the great big splitter that has been clipped onto the bottom. Air comes over the top, whoosh. Some of it goes under the bottom and rolls past the 18-inch black gloss alloy wheels, which I guarantee you, if you drive this onto a building site, you are going to be checking every 5 minutes to see if there are any stone chips. As you are running down the side here, you've got the running bars. They've been added on just to lower the vehicle, artificially lower the vehicle slightly. And then at the back, you've got a sports bumper and a spoiler. And that is where the air, whoosh, diffuses out the end and increases your miles per hour by 1 to 5. Those figures aren't real. But seriously, let's talk about power. The diesel versions of the panel van and double cab Vivaro GS use a 2-litre turbocharged diesel engine outputting 178 brake horsepower. It's mated to a smooth and efficient 8-speed automatic gearbox and offers some serious power. The Vivaro electric in GS trim, meanwhile, gives you the maximum nearly 200-mile range from the 75 kilowatt-hour battery, which is rapid charge capable, allowing an 80% charge in 45 minutes. But it's only available in panel van form. But let's dive inside to see how things have changed up in the cabin. So let's not split hairs. The Vauxhall Vivaro's cabin is already a good cabin. It's nicely laid out and it feels spacious. But at the GS trim level, you get some nice additions, which I think, well, kind of go with the ostentatious outside. Eco leather with red stitching on the driver's seat and also on the bench seat. But, you know, all the other stuff that you know and love from the Vauxhall Vivaro, like the little fold-out clipboard, they're still here. It's all here still, but it's just nice eco leather seats. And you know one thing I really like? If you get into a Ford Ranger Wildtrak or something like that, the word Wildtrak seems to be embossed and emblazoned on every single surface and every single panel. Whereas in the GS trim level of the Vauxhall Vivaro, it's just very tastefully sort of pressed into the driver's seat and the far passenger seat. And that's it. No laughing, no joking, no shouting. I mean, the shouting is done on the outside. But on the inside, very nice, tasteful. Black eco leather, red stitching, black eco leather, silver stitching. Very nice. So, aside from the aesthetics, you'll also benefit from an electric parking brake, electronic climate control, the excellent infotainment system, a multi-function trip computer, Vauxhall Connect, steering wheel mounted audio and phone controls, a 6-way adjustable driver's seat with lumbar adjustment and armrest, dual front passenger bench seat with underseat storage, and that general sense of comfort, style and self-satisfaction that only mega-spec vans seem to deliver. But speaking of delivering, see what I did there? Let's see if the GS delivers where it counts. Everything that makes the load space of the standard Vauxhall Vivaro is maintained at the GS trim level, of course, and I mean it would be absolutely bizarre if it wasn't. The clever trick in the electric version of stashing the battery packs underneath the floor means that the dimensions of this load space are absolutely no different to the diesel version of the GS, depending on which length of vehicle you choose. Everything's here, ply lining, tie downs, the load through hatch, 180-degree opening doors. I mean, you know, 2 side sliding doors if you want them. The GS builds. It builds on what's already there. And, best of all, it can still carry practical payloads, even with all the bling on the outside. In the electric, you're looking at payloads of up to 1,000 kilograms, which is great. And in the diesels, you're looking at payloads of up to 1,418 kilograms, which is also great. If a mega-spec van compromised on the basic levels of practicality, you'd question the sense in offering it. But with Vivaro GS, at least you don't have to worry about all that. So, how do we finish this one? Well, do you know what? I think I nailed it in the bit about Loadspace where I said the Vivaro GS builds on everything that the Vivaro is already good at. On the outside, it looks a little bit nicer. On the inside, it feels a little bit nicer. And at the Loadspace, oh well, I mean, not a lot has really changed actually. It's basically exactly the same, but that is a good thing because the Vivaro's Loadspace is already great. You've got a choice of diesel and electric, and I guess that's the point. And do you know what? The longer I spend with this vehicle, the more I really believe that GS should stand for get some. I'm just going to put my hands down.